communication isn't always understood by humans. Inside the dirty home, animal control found 10 animals. Still, animals often fall victim to human crime. Jake Kaimins is Oregon's only animal cruelty deputy district attorney.
I think one of the things that Oregon and the Oregon the District Attorneys Association has done so well in creating this position is that Oregon, unlike a lot of other states, now has a single person to educate the public and law enforcement about these issues.
Because animals can't speak for themselves, he says defending them in court can be difficult. Kaimins took on this challenge back in 2013. Sworn into nearly 20 counties across Oregon, he has more than 60 cases under his belt. The position takes some weight off the shoulders of county prosecutors across the state, free of cost. One relieved DA is Ryan Mulkins.
And it frees up time for myself and the deputies who work for me to handle cases involving human victims, murder, robbery, sex assault, burglaries, property crimes, things like that.
Mulkins says before attorneys can stand up for animals, the community has to speak up.
Only if someone observes that and makes a report of it is law enforcement and the district attorney's office able to do anything about it.
Some reports lead to investigations requiring law enforcement to step in. Those resources can be hard to come by locally.
Most of the rescued dogs are up in Portland.
In January, Jackson County Animal Services called for state help from the Oregon Humane Society. The job, shutting down a kennel in the Applegate Valley. Investigators say it housed more than 50 animals.
Because we did not feel like we had the capacity to handle that many animals, that was the primary reason why we brought them down, to help us shut down the kennel.
This animal has such bad arthritis it can hardly walk.
In 2012, the Animal Legal Defense Fund helped the Josephine County Sheriff's Office with the Candy Crow investigation.
We were able to provide a $5,000 grant to the Josephine County Sheriff's Office, and then the sheriff was able to go back and rehire a detective that he had just laid off.
Scott Heiser is the nonprofit senior attorney and director. He says with several nonprofits ready to lend a hand, there's no reason animals in Oregon should continue to suffer at the hands of humans.
There's really no reason for an animal cruelty case in the state of Oregon to go unaddressed. You've got Oregon Humane Society that has a statutory authorization to investigate animal cruelty throughout the state. You've got us at ALDF with grant funding.
Josephine County Public Health Director Diane Hoover says funding for her agency isn't an issue. She says sometimes all animal control can do is educate pet owners.
We don't have the authority to go into their home and tell them how to live their life. If they're not mistreating an animal, the animal has enough food and water and has shelter if it's appropriate and is receiving veterinary care if it's in need, then we just don't go into people's homes like that.
Hoover says Josephine County's ordinance defining humane treatment of animals is outdated, but an update to the 1996 version is in the works. Covering your news in Southern Oregon, Jessica De Nova, News 10.